Hello everyone, welcome to the fifth session of CCNA, Cisco Certified Network Associate. Today we are discussing how to back up your router or router configuration to a TFTP server. I hope you are interested in my videos. If you are a new user, don't forget to subscribe and please enable the bell icon for the latest notification. Here we are starting the session. First you select the network devices. From that you select a router. Here we are choosing 2621XM router. You can select any one router from the below series. And you also select one switch. Here I choose 2960 and one server from N devices. Here we are using this server as TFTP server and connecting these three devices using the straight copper straight through cable. First router you are connecting with fast Ethernet 0/0 and in switch it is fast Ethernet 0/1 and next from switch to server. This fast Ethernet 0/0, this indicates the interface of your switch. You can connect number of interfaces on your switch. As I told in our previous session, while demonstrating the router, we have seen there are 16 LAN ports. Now I am assigning IP address for our server and router for communication. Before assigning, I am indicating this IP address using a text here. So I am giving the server IP address as 10.0.0.2 and the subnet mask will be 255.0.0.0. And here I am mentioning the default gateway also 10.0.0.1. It will be the IP address of the router because we need to back up the router to this TFTP server. And I am assigning the router IP address 10.0.0.1. Now we are just mentioning the IP address and all the details in a text near the devices for the identification purpose. Click on router. In menu bar you can see desktop. Click on desktop. Select IP configuration. In IP configuration, enter IP address 10.0.0.2 and the default gateway 10.0.0.1. Now close the menu, open again and check whether the IP address is assigned or not. Close the window. Now we need to assign an IP address for our router. Go to command line interface, no, and press enter. Here you enable from user mode and enter into privilege mode. Now we have to do some configuration. So enter into configuration mode. Here we are changing the host name to R1. And setting the enable password, that is the router password, as MIQ123. Now we have done some settings on this router. and we need to assign the IP address interface fast Ethernet 0/0. This is the interface number or port number of this fast Ethernet interface, and assigning the IP 10.0.0.1. We also provide the subnet mask of this IP address 255.255.0. 255.255.0.0.0, and execute the command no shutdown. Now I will show you where your backup of your router will stored in your server. Click on server, and from services click on TFTP. Here you can see a lot of binary files. The destination file or the configuration backup will be stored in this location. As I told, we have done some configuration. We have changed the host name and set the password for our router. Now we have to save the configuration or backup the configuration to a TFTP server. So run the command copy running config space TFTP. Press enter. Now it is asking address or name of remote host. Provide the IP address of server 10.0.0.2, and the destination file name I am giving Miqdad. Now it is writing the running config 530 bytes copied. You can see here. And open the services in the server, and TFTP you can see here Miqdad is saved as a backup file. Now close the window and remove the router or delete the router. In the sense, we are replacing the router in case of any hardware failure or any corruption is happened. We need to replace the router, so I am choosing router called 1941 router. You can choose any router below. You can choose any router from here. So I am connecting fast Ethernet 0/1 to. Now I am connecting this new router to power switch. Now you enter into CLI mode, and from privilege mode enter into configuration mode. This is a new router because we replaced the router. So we need to assign the IP address to this router. Execute the command IP add IP address 10.0.0.1. And you also provide the subnet mask. Here we are using Gigabit Ethernet interface. So you need to execute the command interface Gigabit Ethernet 0/0 and add the IP address 10.0.0.1 and provide the subnet mask also. Now execute the command no shutdown. Now the setup is completed. Now wait for some time to establish the connection between this router and TFTP server. You can see the communication path, the green light is blinking. So now you can check the router, enter into CLI mode. Now copy the TFTP backup configuration to running config. So execute the command copy TFTP space running config and press enter. Here it is asking or name of the remote host. Enter the IP address of server and the destination file name Miqdar. Okay, now 530 bytes copied. The data as we stored as a backup in our TFTP server is copied to startup config of this new router. That's all about today's session. I hope you guys understood how to take backup of your router to a TFTP server. If you like this video, please share, and if you have any doubt, please comment below. Thank you for watching.